I hope everybody's feeling good today, seriously. I'm sending nothing but high vibrations, fresh positivity, blessings, and strong energy to every one of you. Thank you truly for tapping in with me. Now listen to this. Everything I'm about to say is alleged and strictly my personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing here is personal. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes. A little housekeeping first. Today, we're talking about Claressa Shields. Yes, today we're talking Papoose. And hold up, I also have something to say to any content creator covering Claressa Shields. Like, no shade, but we need to talk. We really need to talk. So don't worry, we're absolutely getting into all of that. First and foremost, though, we're starting with women's fight news. They posted quotes from her press conference yesterday, Friday to be exact. They highlighted Claressa Shields, saying she put in real work throughout her career. She made it clear there were no shortcuts and no handouts. She also said this type of fight deserves a major platform. We're talking live events, millions watching, tens of thousands in attendance, and non-stop punches on February 22nd. Now here's where I'm like, hold up. I haven't seen a single post yet about Franchon Cruz Dezern. Because if this is really about women's fight news, shouldn't both fighters be highlighted? Aren't we supposed to see Franchon's quotes too? Girl, I'm just a little confused about how the picking and choosing work, you feel me? But we'll see if they end up posting her as well. Alright, so yeah, that's the first piece. Next up, we've got to talk to Papoose. Yes, we need to talk to Papoose because the vibes are interesting. From the jump, I don't really care what people say online. Let's be real, when he was with Remy, folks had plenty to say online, especially back in the Love and Hip Hop era, right? So to me, this is light work. This is nothing compared to the intensity of the Love and Hip Hop fan base.
It's not even on that level at all. But what is clear to me is that Papoose is moving like a manager. He's moving like a PR rep. And it feels like he's trying to steer and control the narrative. So what happened? What did Pap do this time, y'all? He hopped over to Instagram, you know the vibes, and he started featuring content creators who are quote-unquote speaking positively. He reposted a soundbite from an interview he did. This was the clip where he talked about who he wanted to give his flowers to. He mentioned his family, and then he mentioned Claressa Shields. He went on about how she's achieved things no other boxer has done. Then they asked him what Claressa had taught him as her partner. He said he learned not to be overly protective. He said he had to let Claressa do her thing and just support her. He explained that when you love someone, you're always trying to give advice and stop them from certain moves. But he claimed Claressa taught him to step back, to support her decisions even when he doesn't fully agree, and that Claressa has it handled. Now listen to this. I find that very interesting, because allegedly you're stepping back, but in reality, you're stepping forward. You're all up in the videos, all up in the press conferences, all up in the weigh-ins, all up in every interview, basically signaling, I'm in the room with the boxing executives. I'm helping move things. I'm part of the motion. And this was all said off the cuff, right? Then Papoose added a caption that really caught my attention. He wrote, "It's never over. Every day you wake up is a new opportunity to take over the world. Peace to Off the Cuff and every platform pushing positive messages. And peace to the ones who specialize in clickbait and false narratives too. I get that y'all are trying to make money, I really do. What? But be mindful of what you're putting out into the universe because it circles back. Hashtag bars on wheels, Papoose." And then Claressa Shields jumps in the comments saying, "Thank you for my flowers, baby," while tagging Papoose. Now here's the thing, Papoose, you know what I'm saying? Because honestly, people haven't even gone in on you the way they really could go in and drag this all the way down. But again, when it comes to these celebrities, these athletes, these public figures, these reality stars, it's the entitlement for me. It's audacious for me. So if you don't like what someone is saying, even when it's the truth or simply their opinion, suddenly it's labeled clickbait or false information. So let's define it. What exactly is clickbait? What exactly is false information, Papoose? What is false about you going from being forced to rate Claressa Shields' cooking to ordering takeout? What is clickbait about Claressa Shields herself saying that you're always upstairs, down the hall, to the left when you're there and not in New York City? What is false information about you and Remy Ma being at Daniel's Leather on the same day, at the same time, on the same channel, and then the video magically getting deleted because the dude had on the same outfit? Where is the lie that you and Remy Ma were both at your daughter's McDonald's-themed birthday party? Where is the lie? What part of that is false information? And what about the so-called lies surrounding this $8 million deal y'all keep trying to shove down our throats? First, Claressa Shields said the full $8 million was deposited into her account. Then she said you had absolutely nothing to do with the deal and that she secured it all on her own based on her accomplishments. Now all of a sudden, after you get dragged for that freestyle you did at the press conference, she's saying you helped her land the $8 million. Then she switches it again and says at the press conference it's technically $2 million and that there are other parameters, other terms, and other conditions she has to meet to get the full $8 million. So listen, if that's the case, that doesn't sound like a guaranteed $8 million. And then there's the $3 million signing bonus, which still, last time I checked, is not $8 million. So let's be real. Who's lying to whom here? Y'all tell me, who is actually spreading false information? You know what I'm saying? Because one minute you're saying Remy Ma is still your wife. The next minute she's suddenly your ex-wife. But we haven't seen a single receipt showing a finalized divorce. No paperwork, no divorce decree. And that's really the biggest criticism Claressa Shields is catching right now. It's the two of you trying to force this so-called entanglement down the public's throat, and nobody asked for it. You went from being the poster child for black love and couple goals with Remy Ma to being the face of entanglements.
Messy situations, sticky energy, and low-key shade. And let me be clear, that's not the flex you think it is. Trying to force something with a very much married man onto the public and expecting everyone to just sit back, accept it, and acting like this is normal behavior. Because it's not. It is not, y'all. So now all of a sudden, everything is clickbait and false information. And what's interesting is how you frame it like it's all about money. Like people are just out here getting rich. Do you even know what content creators actually make? You know what I'm saying? Everybody thinks folks are pulling country weighing level money. And if you believe that, I've got a bridge to sell you. A lot of content creators have full-time jobs or other businesses that actually pay the bills. For many people, this is a side hustle, a hobby, something extra they do on the side. But trust me, most people have a main gig, a primary source of income that keeps the lights on. So this idea that everyone is just swimming in money, I'm here to tell you, that's not how this works. It's really not what you think. But Papoose, you wouldn't know that because you're not a content creator. And speaking of content creators, we need to shout out larcher777 on Instagram because apparently someone is messing with her account and we need to talk about it. So this is what she posted on Instagram. She shared that her videos are being flagged and she wanted to know if she's the only creator this is happening to. Even videos that have absolutely nothing to do with her are suddenly being flagged as violations. She even put FB in parentheses, which I'm assuming means Facebook. Now, I don't know what other platform she's on, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if she has videos on TikTok or other platforms that are also getting hit. But let's rewind for a second. Didn't Claressa Shields say on that recent live show that she basically gave the green light for people to report videos? Listen to this. This is exactly what I'm talking about. When it comes to celebrities, athletes, public figures, and entertainers, all of them, it's like they feel the need to control every single narrative. And if they don't like a difference of opinion or they don't like what's being discussed, especially when something is being forced down our throats, they don't want it featured. Instead, they want to shut people down or take things to a darker, more malicious level, trying to figure out all this extra foolishness. And I always say this, it's nothing personal. The real issue with Claressa is this. A lot of people were rooting for her. A lot of people wanted to see her win. But the core problem is how she treats other black women, how she talks to black women, especially how she did Layla Ali dirty, and how she behaved in that toy drive situation involving the child's mother, how she speaks to Remy Ma. She said her haters are supposedly light-skinned black women. It's been nasty. It's been uncomfortable to watch. And the other major issue, let's be honest, is this Papoose situation. That's what's not clicking for people. The issue is Papoose. Holler at us when Papoose is single. And by single, I mean legally single. Because when you force all of this onto the public, it doesn't land the way you think it does.
especially when your fan base includes married people, people who've been married, people who've lived through this exact type of situation. They're watching it play out in real time, watching someone else's husband parade around a supposed mistress, parade around what looks like a home-wrecking situation. And I'm telling you, it's not the flex you think it is. It is not passing the vibe check, especially not in this community.
But trying to shut people down, trying to attack folks, trying to report their content just because you don't like what's being said, that's where it crosses the line. And I've said this plenty of times. If you don't like what's being said, then post the receipts, post the proof. Y'all don't want to post any receipts because if there were receipts to refute what's been said over these last several months, they would have been posted already. But they haven't, because deep down, you know people are telling the truth. Now, let's be clear, people are always going to troll. Celebrities, public figures, reality stars, all of that comes with the territory. But this whole strategy of trying to shut creators down and mass report content, nah, now it's going too far. That's crossing a line, and that's not okay. So I don't know if other content creators are experiencing this too. I don't know if their videos are being reported as well, because I also remember Claressa Shields saying that if people didn't credit her Snapchat content, she was gonna strike channels, strike platforms. So at this point, creators have to be more strategic. You've got to protect yourselves. You got to protect your content. But let's be honest, people are still gonna react. People are still gonna talk, because this is a trending topic. This is news, you know what I'm saying? And the irony is, you thrive off people talking about you. You're tracking how many days you go viral. You're tracking how many millions of views you're getting on platforms you're being paid to post on. So if nobody talked about you at all, if there was no motion going into this fight, no promotion, no buzz, then what exactly would you do? Make it make sense. You need content creators because you need people talking. You need the conversation to keep the momentum alive. But anyway, that's that, that's it, that's all, that's Total with Speedo. We've reached the end of the road for this video. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.